Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Nick back with your Docs Daily. I don't know. We might have Lenny. Maybe not. I know he's traveling back from Arizona. Let me get a drink here. I'm not sponsored by McDonald's, but if they want to, I can be bought for a small fee.
Nice
Monday,
McDonald's promo code for you, Craig.
Yeah, McDonald's, as my dad used to say. Hey, go get me some McDonald's. I was like, it's McDonald's. He's like, yeah, that's what I said. Rest in peace, Big Dad. All right, Monday's action, November 24th. We start Feast Week today. Nick, there's already college basketball games over, believe it or not. Literally, 2 games started, I think, 11 o'clock today. They're already over. So we'll hopefully put you on some winners here today. If you haven't done so, make sure you get in on our free $60 account. That way you can test us out. It's a great way to test out this guy over here that's been red hot the last, about 45 to 60 days here. So make sure you get into that, docsports.com/free60. We call him Mr. Cowboy over here. Had the 21-point comeback. I was on the opposite side of that. Thank goodness it wasn't a top play. That's all I got to say. I was a small unit.
I was sweating, that's for sure. Down 21-0. I was like, oh, everybody. Boy.
And but, I mean, hey, we'll talk about NFL here in a second. But use that free $60. Also, don't forget, if you want to get in on some extra plays here at YouTube, join our premium levels. We've got level 1 is Lenny, level 2 is Indian Cowboy, level 3. You get a bunch of Docs experts, including one of my plays every day. Click the link in the description. Just $49.99. You'll get all 3 levels. That's per month. So it ends up being about $3,000 worth of picks to test us out and test all the different cappers out. So make sure you get in on it. Okay, Nick. Monday, let's talk a little Monday Night Football, and then I want to pour into some basketball and hockey. Let's get it out of the way. This is it's been a really tough week, and of course, Thanksgiving just 4 days or 3 more days away. So there's tons of people this weekend that were on different things. This is the what they call the get out game. Of course, this is like the Hawaii football game on Saturday night. It's the Monday Night Football. 49ers favored by 7.5, hosting in the Panthers that don't look now. They're 6-4, and with the Tampa Bay struggles, they win here. It's they could literally win their division. They definitely are up for still a wild card here if they could win. You have a strong opinion on this one? Do you have a big play? Anything in this one?
Yeah, this one's tough. Obviously, like you said, Craig, obviously the Panthers trying to chase down the Bucs. Their Bucs just losing, absolutely getting blown out. And now the question with Baker Mayfield, you got Teddy Bridgewater in there. It was good to see him get some snaps. But same with the 49ers. This is kind of a must-win situation here too as well. In the NFC West, I mean, they're going up against the Rams, who looked absolutely dominant, and the Seahawks. So I think this is going to be a very tight niche game. I do lean towards the under, but I have to go with San Francisco. Brock Purdy's back. And just we know the struggles with Carolina on the road. I trust San Francisco, but I don't like that spread. -7.5. It does scare me there. I do think it's competitive. I would even buy it down, buy that hook to 7. I think they win by a touchdown, Craig.
And I actually misspoke a little bit. If they win, they're ahead in the division, FYI. The Panthers. They both have 6 wins. So that would be a really big win after. And like you said, with Baker, maybe he might miss a few games now. That could spell that team's already banged up. So that could be a huge, huge spot for tonight. I don't have a super opinion on the game. I love a prop tonight. I love prop plays in Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night games. Not as much Sunday night, but Thursday and Monday games, because one, we have a couple days to prepare for it. And when I look at this one, there was one prop that jumped off the board, so I have it up for a 6-unit prop. I have a second prop. I do think tonight the 49ers offense is going to hum again. Brock Purdy was really good in his first time back. And I got to think Purdy over his reception or completions tonight. I like him over his yards. And I just think this passing offense needed him. I'm not saying Mac Jones was terrible, because he definitely kept them, he kept them afloat. It's just Brock Purdy's got something, I know he's Mr. Irrelevant last pick in the draft, but he's got something,
Yeah, it's Brock Purdy's team, and you have that mojo back in the locker room for sure, with him under center. And I'll bounce back right off that, Craig. You think that Brock Purdy's going to have a big day? I think he'll match up with Kittle as well. I think Kittle's going to have himself a big night. Panthers haven't been great defending tight ends this season, so I would even sprinkle maybe an anytime touchdown, George Kittle. He's going to have a big game, I'm thinking here tonight.
His touchdown odds is plus 140 to score anytime touchdown. So that's pretty good for Kittle tonight. He had 6 receptions for like 64, 65 last time out. So I do think Kittle will get it. I think last time he had the over under for his receiving yards is 56.5. So he's had 67 and 84 his last 2 games. Of course, just one was with Purdy, and his receptions tonight is the longest reception is over 21.5 yards, kind of like that as well. He seems to always get behind guys. To score 2 touchdowns, just if you want to sprinkle, plus 1,000.
Really?
Yeah, so you go from plus 140 to plus 1,000.
Wow. Like George Kittle 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and because you have to load the line to stop Christian McCaffrey. So it's like if they get down in the red zone, I think he'll get us 1. Then it's just like, and you probably could hedge, to be very honest. If you get 1 early, they'll probably give you a buyout where you're probably getting 4 to 1 on your money, 5 to 1.
That's 1,000. That's a high jump.
I might put 2 bets in on this: the 1 touchdown, the 2 touchdown, and then a second bet on the 2 touchdowns for the same amount. So that way I'm just trying to hedge one of them and get it at like 4 to 1. So I think you could get 2 tonight. That's a crazy number, I know, but it can happen. All right. So
Jack says in the comments, Nick, you had the Cowboys had me sweating. Hey, I hear you. I was sweating with you there, Jack.
I had internet issues, man. It's Monday. I don't know. I had internet issues. I went to log in. When you texted me, said you were going to be late. I was like trying to log in. And
I was on time, barely, but
look, because I'm sponsored. Like tigered out. We get
you didn't know, but I'm trying to get sponsored by McDonald's.
This is what I grabbed out of the closet. And this first hat, I got you.
So McDonald's, service@docsports.com. Tell them you want to work out a sponsorship deal, and we could hook you up with McDonald's, as my dad said.
McDonald's, my grandmother. You can go over there and give me a McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly what my dad would say. All right, so that's the NFL
Starbucks,
game.
Shout out.
Like your team survived last week. Like that was a huge trap game. Huge sandwich game. They, as bad as it was a trap game, they needed to win that, though. You start looking at their division.
The Bears stayed on pace and won. So,
someone said the Bears are the worst team to have this record ever in football because they use the point differential. Their point differential is like the least.
I ain't buying it.
So, I don't know that is a stat that is real. Like their point differential, it's like 2 or 3 of these games, field goal here, field goal there. Now all of a sudden they're basically a 500 team. But because you win close games,
we're number 1 in a lot of categories, especially that turnover too. So I don't want to hear it. Enough's enough.
You are
8-3.
Minnesota was the same way 2 years ago when they had all those different starting quarterbacks. They won all those close games, but it doesn't mean shit for the playoffs because that team should, because come playoffs, you play the best teams. You're not just always matching up against random teams. So we'll see if they can maintain that. That's point. They have a little margin for error, right, Lenny? That's the key.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a hair. You got a little bit because the Lions are coming. And the
Lions are coming. You guys almost got beat by Winston over there. He's gunslinger.
Hey, first of all, Jameson is God's
Hey, put some respect on Jameson's name.
I love Jameson.
Right. He's good for 1 or 2 games. He's not a season-long quarterback, okay? But
did you see the stat that he's the first guy to throw for 320 yards and catch longer than 20? The last one to do it was the GOAT, Tom Brady. So it's like, dude, he's in the class of Tom Brady now. Come on.
Tom Brady, they'll be recognized. The thing about the Bears is I think they're a good team. I don't think they're a great team. I don't think they're as good. Not yet. I mean, they're young.
Better week after week.
They're very young. It's the first year with Ben Johnson, so he's got to do nothing but get better, you would think. But an 8-3 team with a -3 differential in point scoring, that's kind of unheard of. You got to admit that. I mean, you can't, like the 9-2 teams are plus 65, 8-3 the Colts, same record as the Bears, plus 112 differential.
Go look at the Broncos. Go look at their spreads.
9-2. They're still plus 65 in point differential.
Yeah,
It's
which
still
you divide
plus.
that over 9 wins, that's like they're winning by basically what? More than a field goal. To me, if you win by more than a field goal, your point differential, you're a better team than not, because a lot of games end up in field goals. So it's like that field goal is to be negative and still have a positive record is hard to do. Like,
and
very
that is coaching. That is 100%.
I think that just comes with time.
The last 5 years, last 10 years, probably since I was born, the same shit has happened in these moments to where the Bears get in those situations where they could win those games and they don't win those games. Now they're in those situations where it's tight, and now we got a coach that knows time management and puts the Bears in those types of situations to win ball games. That is good coaching.
I agree with that.
That's why we're winning these games.
But sometimes it's breaks, though. It's like when you go to the roulette
you got to catch
and
some
you watch
breaks
all
along the
reds.
way.
Every time you roll at the roulette table, you have a chance to hit red. It's 50-50 red or black if you take out the zero, the zeros. So it's 50-50. And then you look up there and it's like 12 in a row. It's like, oh, then red's going to hit. That's just not the way it works. Those things will even out. Now, it might not even out this year, because we've seen the Minnesota Vikings was the biggest example of this the last few years, where they won all their close games. That just doesn't. Usually, you end up splitting those games. The only guy long term that's really done that, and it hasn't done it this year, is Patrick Mahomes. Let's be honest. Like that dude.
Yeah, he had a good. I think the Bears, though. I think they're just young.
Who they play this week?
The first thing they have to do.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's a good. Hey,
after the Eagles lost the 20-point lead. Oh shit!
And we don't have a linebacker, and we don't have a whole linebacking core.
I'll tell you. Listen, here's the thing about the Bears, though. Last thing I'm gonna say about them. Here's what I learned with Dan Campbell when he started: that this team just has to learn how to win, and then like changing the culture. And for a long time, I think your Bears culture was broken. And I think he's trying to do that. Get a winning attitude. No matter how we win. We'll fix how we win as long as we keep winning.
As long as we win.
So,
absolutely.
All right, so the next 2 weeks.
That could be on a shirt. Doesn't matter how we win, as long as we win.
Right. I think they get the wild card. I think they sneak into a wild card spot. Because I'm still winning the division.
The West, the NFC.
So here's their schedule. Very tough schedule the next 4 weeks. Philly, Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay.
We'll take Cleveland.
If you go 1-3, does Green Bay if Green Bay goes, will they still be in the lead if Green Bay sweeps them?
Chicago?
That tie would come into play, right?
Yeah, they would. Yeah, the tie.
See, I thought that time ended up hurting them, but it might save Green Bay. I
think it'll save them more than it hurts them. But I'm just like,
especially for a while.
You don't have to worry about Green Bay. We're going to take care of them on Thanksgiving. You could thank me on Thursday.
Well, then that would be really tough for Chicago, because if they lose on Thanksgiving, they'd have an extended week, and then they would play the Bears twice in 3 weeks. Or that would be an absolute. I'm going to say for you, you need to root that Green Bay beats Detroit, because you do not want them like desperate. Like, oh shit, that would be a rough spot for Chicago. We
got to beat Green Bay on Thanksgiving. Then we have to play the following Thursday against the Cowboys. And then we play the Rams, the Steelers, the Vikings, the Bears. That's how we finish.
That could be trouble for Detroit, because Dallas plays Kansas City on Thursday on the Thanksgiving day. Mm-hmm. The way Kansas City's playing, people are like, oh, they're going to win out. Dude, why would you think that? They basically, every game comes down to the wire. This is the year. They did win this past weekend in overtime against the Colts. Didn't cover, by the way. I think Dallas is going to win. Dallas is playing really good football. I mean, it was 21-0. They didn't give up another point, right?
Right.
I mean, that Dallas defense has found something. You do not get better when you trade at the trade deadline on defense. They did. They did definitely improve their team. They got healthier too. I mean, they had a bunch of guys out. So a very big week. Let's talk NHL though, Nick. We got Nick on. We got to talk NHL, right? Anything you like today? I mean, I thought this weekend, I stayed off the NHL games this weekend, but I kind of thought this week is a nice little place.
I have to go with the New York Rangers here. I know it's a juicy spot, but it's a situation where they're coming off a road trip here. They're losers of 4 straight. They just came off a 3-game road trip that they lost all of them. They're back at home. They're 1-7 here at home. They haven't been playing good at home, but they're going up against a St. Louis Blues team who isn't much better here, especially on that defensive side. They're 30th in NHL. The goaltending has not been good at all. Binghamton is not in. I'm just checking here. Joel Holford. So you got the backup in. He's 2-4 on the season. I like the Rangers here. Snap out of the losing streak and finally get your second win of the season. It sounds crazy because the Rangers are 10-11 this season. They have one win at home.
That's nuts.
So that game, I'm intrigued with that game as well. I'm on the Rangers. I kind of sprinkled the draw because I don't trust the Rangers. I also tend to, that first day at home, maybe you get a little bit too much rest, so they start a little slow. So I might get on the Blues first period kind of situation. But the Blues,
don't you always love, though, Lenny? Betting against teams that come home off of long road trips, because it's like, you have all those distractions all of a sudden. It's like you come home from vacation, you're like, shit,
I got kids, and they, and then they sleep too long, too comfortable. I like
almost the wife's taking care of them.
Hey, why are they this big a favorite, though? That's like
this line's a little sketchy because the total 5.5. Also, I don't.
Like, why are they favorite?
There's goals scored in this game, so
it's kind of like Vegas.
I could make an argument on every side of it, over both sides.
I like Utah tonight. Like, why is Vegas just getting way too much respect? Talent-wise, I get it. Vegas is better. They have not performed well. They're on the road against a Utah team that's, be honest, 6-2-1 at home. Like, if you would have said to Utah, to the fans, to the players, anybody, hey, we're going to be 6-2-1 at home, they'll be like, we'll take it. I mean, they're playing great hockey. Mondays, I always think, because I don't think you get huge crowds, so I usually try to find a road underdog, but this one, like a home underdog, just jumped out. Like, I don't know.
The line doesn't make sense, but I'm liking that over. I think there's going to be a lot of goals scored because Utah, their struggles here have been they can't score right now. Vegas just got beat by the Ducks there. They scored 3 goals. They're scoring goals on the road, and they want to win here before they go back home. So this is their last road game. So I think they put a couple in the net. I like that over 5.5 in this one.
How about the Kings game? They only have one home win too, right? And they're a favorite tonight.
They're horrible at home.
Yeah,
it makes no sense. Last year they were great at home. Like, what happened to them?
Yeah, all the values on the Senators. I wouldn't take the Kings just because Trent is your friend. I always talk about that, so I stayed away from the Kings. But the value here is on the Senators. I would believe they score on the road.
I took the Senators in regulation. That's how much I don't think the Kings are capable at home.
I like it.
And you could get you could get that line. I mean,
who's the most disappointing team right now?
Ooh,
Nashville.
I mean, the most disappointing, probably the Dallas Stars in my eyes, just from what I've seen last year and their performance up into this point, just the physicality and the way they play. I think it's a totally different team here, and they're trying to get into their groove. So, yeah, they're okay, but they're just not blowing teams out at home like they used to. I think they got some things to figure out in that locker room for sure.
Do you think it's more because I'm looking at it. I thought I could see this, but I think they just start slow and maintain.
Always.
And I think this year they're trying to, because the past years they get deeper into the playoffs and they fall apart and they don't have it, injuries, this, that. So I think they're trying to kind of stay there. I mean, it's in the West. I mean, it's
it's a gauntlet. And West is a gauntlet.
I mean, it's Colorado, Dallas, Anaheim, 3rd place in the West.
Anaheim's been the most surprising team for sure.
The Ducks, I didn't see that, and the Sharks, I think, are good. You're going to find value on the Sharks too.
They'll be good in a couple years. They're young,
but don't you think the bottom, what we thought were going to be the bottom half, have all kind of so far, and of course we're not that far in, have exceeded expectations. Like
100%.
Underdogs have done a little better to this point. Both Anaheim and San Jose is a big part of that, obviously. So to me, it's like that means there's got to be some teams that are disappointing, at the top. And, I thought Vegas is definitely a team that I thought was going to just dominate this year. Especially at times. I mean, at times, Florida
keep in
again,
mind,
like definitely
5% through the NHL season. We're like a quarter way through. Most teams have played 20.
But that's why it's a good time
games.
to look at it. And I always say this because you're betting perception. You're not necessarily betting how teams have always played. You're like, people still think San Jose and Anaheim are terrible, and the odds suggest that pretty much every game. So if you take it, you pick and choose on those. I mean, you're getting plus 170 a lot of times on these teams. Yet they're not that, at least so far. They haven't been that kind of numbers.
What this line too, Lenny, the Devils minus 135. That's a weasel in a wood pile. Devils have been absolutely elite at home. I think they're 7-0. This line should be at least minus 160. So Detroit Red Wings here, folks, are a live dog in my eyes.
I agree. There's a sprinkle for sure, obviously. But they're decent on the road, the Wings. I mean, they're 5-4. They're scrappy. I honestly, my favorite bet of that game is the over 5.5. It's I think at minus 130. Okay, it's juiced to the over. If you can find a 6, it's okay because you're just gonna put the push in your back pocket. But I don't hate the 5.5 over because I don't trust my Wings. They can come out here and put up 5 themselves.
What's your opinion, Lenny, on like, you can play alternate lines. For people that don't know, alternate totals I kind of like. I like to get the push instead of the loss. So what he's saying is a lot of times you can get 6 instead of say 5.5 or 6.5. And thus, if you get to the 3-3, you can push one way or the other, over or under. So I like playing those.
Look at DraftKings right now. So right now it's minus 130 on DraftKings for 5.5. Okay, for that's what the line is at, over under. If you go to game lines, and then if I take that to
probably like even then for 6.
Yeah, where's that at? Oh,
I think that's huge value.
Won't give me 6. It makes me go to 6.5 on DraftKings, but that's okay. I got another book.
Yeah, this is why you need a lot of
stop your lines.
Money line sports, especially people.
I'm shopping them right now.
Money line sports, and we talk money line sports. We're talking baseball, hockey, soccer for the most part, and those 3 sports, like the juice matters. It matters in spread sports, of course, long term too. But if you're laying minus 130, that's key. Obviously, it's a key number in football. Like key numbers in basketball, we get that as well. Hockey, it only matters the line, the money line, because like if you pay minus 150 and lose, or compared to minus 160 or a win, like that matters long term going forward. So Lenny says shop the lines, and that's what that means. You should be looking. If you could gain 10 basis points instead of minus 150, you're getting minus 140 long term. That's the difference between winning and losing in this business.
Yep.
So people say, what books you have in Ohio? I have them all. I have 7 books on my phone. Now, what do I bet with? I bet MGM or DraftKings almost exclusively, but I'm always looking at the other lines. If the point, especially on Moneyline Sports, is better, I keep enough money in those accounts that I can get down on those.
If you have to make a move, you can make a move over there.
Yeah. The only problem is it does tie up. You got to have more money. You got to spread your bankroll out in a bunch of different books, so it's not like as easy. But you just have to do it.
I'm looking for. Nobody has a. What
else we got? 6. We got a little NBA on tonight, Craig. Who you like in the NBA?
Well, let's talk college hoops before we do that, because this is feast week. And Lenny, before you got on, before you were up, Lenny, there was games going on today, if you believe it or not. There was games at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Let me see who won. They might actually, Pacific and Stony Brook. Pacific won that early game. Right now, there's 2 games in. Toledo just beat Troy, and Towson beat Rhode Island. Bucknell and Bowling Green are already in the second half, and Mass and Oregon State as well. Big game tonight, Gonzaga and Alabama. I believe this is in Vegas, right? Lenny, you going?
No. This was a long Saturday, Sunday. It's a long Saturday, Sunday, Craig. Okay, we're taking a knee for a while.
Well, Gonzaga opened at 4.5. It went all the way down to 2.5, and now it's back to 4.5. That's a pretty big swing. Like total 178 in this one. Any opinion in this, Nick?
Yeah, just from that line movement, I would definitely be all over Alabama here, plus the points. I understand they have one loss, and Gonzaga does not have a loss. I think that's why they're favored by so much in this one. And granted, they're in Las Vegas, so it's a little bit closer than Alabama.
Not really. Sure. It's a flight either way. It's not.
Yeah, but it's on the West Coast, let's just say. So I like Alabama. I think SEC here, their pace of play. I like the points in my back pocket at a neutral site. That's for sure.
Alabama's played the toughest schedule so far. They played at the Garden, beat St. John's, came back. These is in a row, by the way. They came back and played Purdue at home, lost, but it was tied late in that game. Great game. Purdue's number 1 in the country. Beat a very good Illinois team in 90-86. 5 days ago? Now they're in this neutral site game against Gonzaga. So Gonzaga did play. They beat somebody good. Creighton and Arizona State and Oklahoma so far. So they play a tough schedule as well because remember, the difference is Gonzaga, their league is terrible. St. Mary's is usually the only other team that's any good. So they have to play a really, really tough out-of-conference schedule this time of year.
So the only loss Alabama has is to Purdue.
Number 1 in Purdue, yeah.
And then the number 1
and
Purdue.
They just played Illinois,
So,
Illinois.
Yeah, in Illinois.
Definite. I mean, from a teaser standpoint, I'm taking.
You don't know Illinois. Illinois
good
is, I think, the best team that nobody talks about right now. They have a bunch of foreign kids, and they have some. Now, the Underwood is a terrible coach. I think he loses in the game, but he's a great recruiter. He's got them rolling. I think they're going to be really good towards the end of this year.
Tell us how you really feel about that.
Illinois is good.
Yeah. So,
any thoughts on the Michigan, San Diego State?
Michigan?
At San Diego State. That's why I'm not going to that. Now I remember why I didn't want to go. It's because there's going to be too many Michigan fans there, and I'm going to do nothing but wear my green and white just to piss people off. So
this is a what we call the week here in Ohio, and I hate Ohio State, FYI. But that's what everybody calls it. No one will mention the M's around here this week because Michigan is the boogie boy in their head.
Team.
Michigan's already got them beat. It's already in their head. Like they won't talk about M. Ohio State. Michigan don't care. They fucking don't. Anyway, I don't think there'll be a ton of Michigan fans at this game because everybody's like it's the week for Ohio State.
No. Eric, I was at a Lions bar last night with over 150 people, and the majority of them were Michigan fans that were going.
That's the basketball fans, but there's not going to be. San Diego State travels pretty well, though, and that is a much closer, and what?
I believe that.
An hour plane ride. So I think San Diego State's a play here. Although this Michigan team is really good. Dusty May, dude, if you can win at FAU, I don't know if everybody ever been to FAU. That like the gym is like a little gym, and to do what he did there back-to-back years, he's for real. They're for real this year, but I do think San Diego State's the play today.
What about Notre Dame? Notre Dame taking on Kansas there.
Notre Dame's the play.
Intriguing line.
Kansas a little banged up. This is not the Kansas that we remember, too. Remember that. Like, we think Bill Self, Kansas, basically just, 3 number 1 picks on every team. His last few years, he has not had that. Now, they did get rid of Hunter Dickinson, which is another Michigan guy that transferred there. I thought he held them back the last few years because this is not the big man game anymore.
Where's he at now?
He graduated.
Oh, did he? Time.
He's in the pros, isn't he?
39.
I'm sure he's bouncing around somewhere, but he's probably going to be a way better fit in the pros because there's more people for him to guard. But in college, there wasn't a lot of people for him to guard, and he didn't dominate enough, in my opinion, to keep him out there a lot. I do think, though, Notre Dame's a much better team. Notre Dame, the coach's son is pretty good. They have that other kid. I can't think of his name right now, but he was banged up a lot last year. So Notre Dame really probably was better than the record last year, but they had so many injuries that held them back, and I think Notre Dame's playing really good. They only have 1 loss right now, and it was a 1-point loss at Ohio State. They were basically nip and tuck the whole game. They could have won that one. Right. I like Notre Dame. I think they can win this game today. It's early, too, right? It's like 4 o'clock.
I just looked at
2:30 my time, so
3:30 my time.
So 3:30.
So 1:30 to 3:30 Eastern.
Yeah, so 2 more hours you can get in on that one. And this is why this day is so fun. This week is so fun. You bet basketball all day long. And you're not betting like, the nobodies. This is big boy basketball here, so I like this one.
Fair.
Craig's jacked up this week. We got college basketball all week, baby.
College basketball.
And we'll have tomorrow. We got a couple MAC games in college football. Then Wednesday, there's no college football, FYI, because Thursday and Friday, Saturday, of course, there's going to be a team that loses that is like playoff bound, in my opinion, this week. That is in the playoffs as we see it now. Who's that team? We see
NFL?
it every year. No, in college football.
College football. Oh.
Because this is it. This is the last week for everybody. Yep. Who is that team? Is it Ohio State again? Does Michigan get them? Because let's be honest, Ohio State can lose this. They're still going to the playoffs.
I hate to say this. I don't see it. They don't have a snowball chance in hell.
That's what everybody says.
Ohio State?
They're at Michigan.
I know. But
that game.
I just don't see it. I think Ohio State's a good team. They have a lot of talent, way more talent than Michigan. I can't stand Ryan Day. I think he's cover your ears, YouTube, a douchebag.
Born on third base, as they say.
Douchey as douche gets.
What's the line in that game? What did it open up at?
Oh, don't forget, we got the Egg Bowl this week with, of course, at Mississippi State with Lane Kiffin supposedly the next day or the Monday after. We're going to find out if he's leaving. I'm guessing he's leaving because if you're not leaving, why would you just not sign the contract and stay there? So I'm guessing he's leaving, and we'll find that out on Monday. So does the team play distracted? I like Mississippi State that game.
So Ohio State is -10.
Oh, Michigan plus 10, Mississippi State plus
at
10.
Home. Michigan at home plus 10, over under 44.5.
And then
let me look at the weather.
Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn. Alabama's a 5.5. All three of these teams are on the road. One of them is going down. Alabama's 5.5. That is a trap line.
That's an awful number.
I ain't gonna say. I mean, it's a 50% chance of rain. It's going to be about 25 to 34 degrees on Saturday. It's going to be cold, wet, borderline snow.
What if the chaos happens? If all three of those teams go down, Georgia plays Georgia.
Listen, how about BYU? Team Mormon to the window, taking care of business this weekend. I think they could still backdoor in.
Well, they're going to have to beat Texas A&M, which I don't think they can do.
I don't know. They play
UCF, so they should win that game. So they're going to, if they win, they will face Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship. Winner will go. Loser will be out.
I thought it was Colorado.
But Georgia plays Georgia Tech. I think that's at Georgia Tech too, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so all these teams that are in now and favored are on the road this week. One of them, if not multiple, are going down. Vandy is at Tennessee. Vandy has to win. Another rivalry game. If Vandy wins, I think they're going to get in. Texas A&M, guess who they play? Texas this week.
I think Georgia Tech could win against. I think they could be a home dog against.
I don't know about that.
Up
although it was close last year, right? It went triple overtime.
Georgia?
Triple overtime, yeah.
Or quadruple.
It went like,
I don't know. I don't think
double overtime or something like that last year. Yeah.
And then Texas
beats Texas A&M.
If Texas wins, I think Texas should be in. I don't know who you're taking out. Like I'm always like add more teams, but I don't know who I'm taking out. But
yeah, you're not
lost at Ohio State by a field goal, especially if Ohio State wins. I think this would make the argument better. Like they have had some nice wins. Like
Washington could upset Oregon. That's always a tough game.
Well, it is after the USC. Oregon's the big rivalry.
That's always a tough game. It's like a 6.5 point swing.
If they didn't play USC last week, I think Oregon would run them. But playing your other rival last week and then having to play Washington, a pretty good Washington. Although, how about Wisconsin? Wade, shout out Wade, Wisconsin, nice. They win 2 games. They say to their coach, hey, we're going to keep you not only this year, but next year. And now they've won 2 games. Why didn't they just do that early in the year? Say, hey, we're going to keep you as a coach. And they would have won more games. But I'm telling you, some of these teams, all of them are on the road this week, right? All of them are on the road and favored.
How many are losing this week, Craig?
I'm guessing the over-under should be 2.5.
2.5? 2.5.
Maybe it should be 2, flat 2, so you could get a push.
There you go. Now you're thinking.
Pushes.
If you bet them all money line, there's like 7. Or the 6 that I would say they're big rivalry games and that look like they're going to be in the playoffs. If you bet them all, you win 2, you're probably making money. if you get 3,
or we're going to see stuff like 48-0, 42-9, 35-3, like we did, Georgia, Charlotte last week.
Of the teams that can get blown out, I actually
like Notre Dame, Syracuse, 70-7. Like, why are we even scheduling these on our whatever?
Who does Notre Dame play this week? Stanford.
Yes.
Stanford.
Although
Stanford did beat the Cal and get the Cal coach fired, but I do think they're going to get hammered this week. I think of those teams that we talked about, Ohio State is the team that can either ugly loss or just blowout. I think all the other ones are going to be close no matter what. I just think they're all going to be within a touchdown-ish. So it's like you feel like you have a chance. But I think if you said Ohio State won 24-3, I'd be like, yeah, I could see it. If you said they lost 24-20, I'd be like, yeah, I could see that too.
Ryan Day better
not. Tell you right now, if Ohio State wins and they will try to embarrass them, and they will. The Michigan Big House, as they call it, is the worst design stadium. They both come out of the tunnel at the same time. Which part of just testosterone,
same, right?
Human men?
Stupidity.
It's dumb. What do you think they're going to do? Stand in? They come out the doors right across the hall from each other. F you, your mama, this, that.
I don't think it's as big as rivalry as people think, though, anymore. Because
as the last couple of years, it's been because
it's got a little ugly the last few years.
Had effect in that. Then they had a fight. Remember, a couple of years ago, there was a fight.
But now Ohio State
Day's 1-4 against Michigan.
Right.
He needs to win this game.
Oh, God. If Michigan doesn't –
what are we talking about? He's got to win this game.
It's 5 years since they won because there was a year they didn't play because of COVID, if you remember that year.
It was his first year.
So they beat them, and then COVID happened, and then they haven't won since. I do think Michigan isn't as good as they've been in years past, but rivalry games do have is sometimes a great equalizer. And that Underwood kid has looked great at times. I mean, against Northwestern, he looked, lucky as hell.
13? He's young. He's young.
They should have lost that game against Northwestern.
They kept their season line. They won easy last week. If they win this, they're in.
Yeah, fight. These two teams, I'm telling you, there'll be extra security.
Now that they both won the national
championship. If you wanted to rob a casino, now's the chance to do it because everybody and their brother will be at this game in Ann Arbor.
When's the last time?
All the state police will be there.
When's the last time that the Big Ten won 3 championships in a row in football? It's been a long time, right? They have a chance. Michigan won, then Ohio State won. Now we have Michigan, Indiana, and Oregon, and Michigan saying, hey, if we win this, we're in the playoffs, which I don't think you can probably disagree. One of their losses is to Oklahoma, which looks like they're going to be in. Who does Oklahoma play this week? Oklahoma State? No, that's a big
LSU.
Oh, dude, that's a dangerous.
But they're at home. Oklahoma at home.
Oof. LSU has talent. I will say the best 2 teams that have the most talent that have not played well this year. Well, Florida, LSU. These are all people that obviously the coaches get fired. Florida, LSU, and Auburn. Those teams all have a lot of talent, have a bunch of pros on the team. So it's like you're playing them last week of the season. You're like, damn, I hope these guys hope they're worried about their draft stock more than they're worried about beating us.
I will, my game of the day, I will be watching Vandy and Tennessee. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch.
What's that line? I didn't look at it.
Turkey. And I think like 2.5. Tennessee minus 2.5.
3 now.
3 now?
Oh, dude, that's a tough game. If Pavia wins this game, he should win the Heisman. He should.
I like his swag.
He should win. If he loses, I think the Mendoza kid from Indiana, if he puts up, they play Purdue, their rival this week. Obviously, they're going to be big favorite. If he puts up a big game, I'm thinking he's probably going to win the Heisman. The love kid from the running back from Notre Dame's not getting any love, as they say, because he's putting up ridiculous numbers. But since they're not necessarily playing anybody, although Pitt looked good last week, they went on the road. Now Pitt plays Miami this week, right? The winner's going to play in the ACC and then have a chance to go to the playoffs. So even though Pitt got blown out by Notre Dame, if they win this week, they.
Listen, I want to talk about NBA before we leave. Because I'm having a hard time laying 10 points against anybody in the NBA. And as a Pistons fan, I feel like this is the ultimate trap for me as a degenerate Pistons fan. I don't want to do it. Tell me not to. Tell me not to lay 10 points against maybe the worst team in the league.
Well, they're not the worst team, but they're playing like their record says they're the worst.
I think they're horrible.
Lay it with the Bulls, -5.5.
The Nets and the Wizards.
So I might tease that. I might tease the Pistons and the Bulls again. And that's been a 2-team teaser for me the nights they play. And a 2-team teaser, 4 points, is -110. So I'll slap that all day.
9-game losing streak here. The Pelicans. They only got 2 wins on the season. Vuk is not happy either. You saw after that win, they won by 1 point. And he was pissed off afterwards because of their performance against the Wizards. So I guarantee the Bulls come out here tonight and beat the Pelicans off by double digits.
The problem is they give up so many points, the Bulls do. I mean, it's like you look at their box score, they score 125 every night.
They score too.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. When you allow that, you have to score. But it's like at some point you have to be able to lock down.
The highest total on the board today is the Bulls game, 244. It's the only one in the 240s.
I think the Bulls have been feisty all year. They're better than what I thought they were going to be.
Oh,
but
no,
the Heat, when they they took their manhood from them. That was a cup game too, right? I believe. That was embarrassing at Chicago. That looked like the Chicago of the last few years of like, you know what I mean? Like just
leading out my Chicago sports teams here, Craig. We're still leading.
He likes
got a winning record in basketball.
I don't have favorite teams. I only have teams.
Got a lot of hatred towards that Chicago team's fantasy.
He also hates the Michigan people too. He's Ohio,
right.
You know.
Right. What's Cincinnati?
I hate Ohio. What are you talking about?
What the hell are you guys doing over there?
I should be wearing Michigan gear, and I'm going to be very clear. I don't like Michigan.
You should be a Cavs fan. They're a good team.
My favorite. I hate Cleveland. That's my nemesis. Although that was my 7-unit play of the week yesterday with the Cavs, and they won. So I just like to win betting. I don't give a freak about my teams.
Well, I do.
But I'm going to be very clear, Lenny.
Knicks and the Nets.
The favorite team for Craig is whoever Ohio State plays that weekend in any sport. Like they could be playing tiddlywinks, baseball, softball.
Tiddlywinks.
I'm fucking betting.
What are we doing here? No, the Knicks and the Nets. Obviously the Nets are just broken. I don't. They're not good. They don't look to be good anytime soon. The Knicks or whatever. They're terrible on the road. That's my problem. And I'm not laying double-digit points to anybody in the NBA.
Yeah, Knicks are banged up. I would lay it, though.
You have to. Right now, go look at it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I walk away from it. There's no way I'm putting it on the net because you can't trust them. And if the Knicks were healthy, I would feel better about this, but I'm laying all those points. But no,
I mean, there's basically 4 games, 9+ points. Of the 9 today. It's almost every day now because the haves and have-nots in the NBA is greater than ever before.
That gap has started to
I mean,
move.
I actually think Memphis tonight's a live underdog tonight. No Ja Morant, so that's actually a positive. That dude is a cancer of all cancers. It's funny that the teams with Trae Young and Ja Morant actually have better records without them this year than they do with them. That's like maybe they trade for each. They should trade for each other. Like that should be like switch teams and just see if like a different scenery helps because both those teams.
That would be the ultimate test of change of scenery because they're the same player.
Basically, yeah. I mean, Trae Young, we should give him a little more respect. At least he's not a distraction like Ja Morant is. Ja Morant's just a distraction on and off the court. We've never had that problem with Trae Young. He's never been suspended. He's never had those.
Not yet.
But he doesn't play any defense.
I'm with you. Not yet. I would put that on there. Your doppelganger here, your stunt double, Scott. This is your stunt double here,
I
Scott.
used to be a UC fan, but when Bob Huggins left, that's when I became I'm more of a Notre Dame fan for football. Basketball, I'm like a free agent. I just once you start doing this for the last 20 years, I've been 23 years or whatever, you almost can't have favorite teams. If you do, your opinions get slanted. So it's like you really need to try not to have.
Like I have a certain amount of budget I'm allowed to bet on Lions every week, and that's where I gotta. And it's just older stuff.
You have to burn the money. Like, I'm going to burn the money, just bet Detroit.
Like, it's a donation for me, okay? It's a donation. It's charity.
Be careful with this.
With taxes.
Be careful with this. No Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's going to be out for, I think they said 3 weeks. And they really don't have a lot of big guys on. I mean, obviously you have Jokic, and he's, for all the people that sit out, he never sits out. Like, that dude just is a warrior. He plays. I think last year he missed maybe 1 or 2 games. He plays all the time. But Gordon was having an MVP type of not MVP, all-star type of season. So that's going to be a huge loss tonight for them. So that's a little bit of a worry why I kind of shied away from that game.
That's fair. All right, tell us what we got going on at the website, and we're going to bounce on out of here.
Lenny, we got a 7-unit banger tonight on the ice. Been red hot here over my last 35 plays. We've hit 25 of those, up over 6,000 here in profit on the season. So let's roll.
What is that? It looks like you're wearing like a Komodo shirt when you were like pulled up, and it looks like like the.
Oh no, it's just a windbreaker with with pockets.
It literally looks like my daughter.
I literally just grabbed it out of the closet while my camera was re-uploading itself.
Lenny, this guy over here though, I mean, he doesn't toot his own horn enough. If he's not the hottest guy we have, he's in the top 2. Like. And it's not just, I always call him NHL Nick over here, but it's been all sports. So which is your top play tonight? Which of those?
It's NHL. My top play run right now, we're 31-11, up over 10,000 in profit. Yeah. Appreciate you saying that, correct?
Yeah. So get in on the NHL play tonight. Is it just one play tonight?
Just one play. Yep.
Just one play.
Is it a draw play?
It is not a draw play.
All right. Don't walk out. I hope it's not the Wings for your sake or just anybody's sake. I just don't hate him.
Hey,
I hate him.
You might want it to be the Wings because the way he's picking, you're going to win.
Well, okay. That's fair.
I like them. It's not the Wings, though. I like them.
That's fair. The only real, I laughed. Hey. I have written down Vegas plus the draw on the Utah Vegas game because the draw is plus 330. That's a magic number for me.
Just throw this out there. The underdogs on these primetime games have been unbelievable. This would really put a cherry on the top of underdogs if the Panthers win tonight.
Oh, I'm going to take the Panthers plus the points in the under on a teaser.
They're playing for something. They're playing for
first place.
First in the league. Or first in the division.
I actually think if they lose, I think they haven't had their bye yet, right? Or something like that. It's kind of I think they'll have one more game. So
I don't know when their bye is.
But with Tampa Bay, with the injury that we don't know yet, with the injury to Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, I mean, he misses a few weeks, and Carolina goes 2-1 in the next 3 weeks. They're going to win the division.
I don't know if Brock Purdy's going to allow that to happen tonight.
Carolina needs to play Atlanta every game.
I don't know.
Is Carolina undefeated in the division? Did they lose to Tampa Bay? Maybe once. They swept.
They won against Atlanta.
They swept Atlanta, and
so their record.
I'm guessing they beat New Orleans, right?
In the division.
Oh, they lost to them 17-7. Remember at home.
So they still play them one more time, and I'm guessing they beat New Orleans. New Orleans is bad, dude. I watched some of that game, dude. That team is
New Orleans and Atlanta.
New Orleans should be trying to lose games. They need a quarterback, and the Mendoza kid, I think, would be a huge upgrade for him. Like maybe Pavia, maybe goes there. Like they need a quarterback. That is, I hate to see it. The Saints are diehards.
The Detroit Lions eliminated the first of many teams they plan on eliminating in the upcoming weeks, but the New York Giants are officially eliminated from playoff contention after last night's loss.
Oh, I mean, I think the Jets and the Giants should just have to play each other every week because then someone would win. Because if you're in the city of New York and that surrounding area and those are your 2 teams, I mean, dude, you have to be like.
I'll be honest with you, though. The Raiders need a quarterback.
Raiders need a lot.
Yeah. Arizona needs a quarterback.
Did Cleveland find their quarterback?
Can we just find
Did you see what is wrong with Stefanski? He said, we don't know who the quarterback is next week. If you watched that game and didn't know that he's better than Dylan Graber, you should be fired right now. Maybe they're just saying that to
well, you got to say that to the media before, out of respect. You got to have that conversation with Gabriel, I think, You should have that conversation with him before you start. He should not learn that.
Dylan Gabriel knew for one quarter in to that game that he's no longer, unless Sanders goes out with injury, he's not seeing the field.
For anything other than extending the play, just extending the play. Just keep extending the play. And then when you extend the play, backyard ball.
Did you see it? He kind of rolled out and he threw the ball like 50 yards in the air. Dylan Gabriel cannot do that. Like that is he has an electric arm. He has a confidence that I think carries over to the team. Did you see when Myles Garrett gets a sack and he's doing the watch thing for Sanders? That kind of thing wasn't happening when Dylan Gabriel was on the sideline. It's not bringing confidence to your defense.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying they're going to win it out or anything, but I do think he's a huge upgrade. Now,
I think
is he better than
he's way too small. That's a great point. It's not talent. I mean, I don't know about talent-wise if he's better.
Is lacking.
I think he's just too small.
I mean, if it was Dylan Gabriel,
can't throw over the line,
When he was at UCF, was he going to be there? No, but he went to Oregon where you have ridiculous talent, and he did play well there. And now all of a sudden you think this guy's – Shedeur Sanders was the best player on his team with a Heisman Trophy candidate like there some games. And we know how good he was, and he did it against – like Colorado never had better talent than who they were playing. They had two players better, and they beat teams. So, like, I hate Cleveland for every sport, but they're at least fun to watch, I think, now with him out there. So
100%.
All right, boys, we're going to wrap it up. Get on out of here. If Craig didn't tell you, don't forget about the free $60 account. Link is in the description of the video. Use that $60 to get on board of either one of these two guys right here. Hot as hell on the ice right here. It's just overall. But, I mean, across all sports. You sexy sons of guns. You. He wants a sponsorship from McDonald's and a one McRib in
service
every
at DocSports.com.
The McRib is back, baby.
We'll
Craig Trapp wants a McDonald's sponsor.
I really want to be sponsored by Chipotle or Skyline.
Now there's a list of sponsorships.
But there's none local here in Southeast Ohio, so I couldn't find that to get it for that. So McDonald's will have to do it.
Wait, we'll find out tomorrow what Tony George wants to be sponsored by. I believe it's Baskin Robbins and Jim Beam. I'm just saying. Good luck unless you're against us. We'll see you on the next one.